Shalom to all our wonderful viewers. We trust God all is well with you and you are enjoying the blessings of God. As we continue the process of building strong, let us remember unity must be a part of the foundation. Let us destroy that spirit of division that is destroying our nation and keeping us apart as a people. Patrick Henry used the phrase in his last public speech, where he said, and I quote, "Let us trust God and our judgment to set us right hereafter. United we stand, divided we fall. Let us not split into factions, which must destroy that union upon which our existence hangs." Unquote. Where there is unity, there is strength. Where there is agreement, there is power. Together we achieve the extraordinary. We are building a great and a powerful nation, Guyana. Let us do it with our national motto in mind. One people, one nation, one destiny. This is Choices. God bless you. God bless Guyana.
This evening we will continue our discussion we started some weeks ago on the topic building strong. Last week we cited Ezekiel 3:17, which states, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me." We emphasize the importance of a watchman. The watchman is not an ordinary person. The watchman is one who hears from God. The watchman is one who discerns. The watchman is one who discerns. The watchman is one who instructs, guides, and so the role of a watchman is significant in the context of any nation. And we know that in this country, Diana, we have many watchmen. And this program of itself, Choices, we have watchmen here, and many who've been speaking to this nation over the years and seeing change and transformation. But even as we consider the topic of building strong, to build means to put things together, to really progress, to move forward. But we cannot build in a strong fashion if we are going to do it at the expense of people by our attitudes, our behaviors. If we're going to see our people die unnecessarily, where are we going to get the physical resources, the initiatives and everything that we need to really build strong? So it is very important that we are mindful of how we behave, even on the roadways. Recently we see every year when the police release their publications, over 100 and something people, 150 ones. Think about all of those human resources that are going down the drain. Some of those people, they had different professions, different skills to contribute to the development of this nation. But some people are bent on still behaving in a fashion that is not good, and the behavior patterns would have been at the expense of the lives of many people. If we're going to build strong, we need to wake up and operate in a way and use the roads particularly in a fashion that will be conducive and cause people to live. Gentlemen.
I like the illustration you use about as we build. If we were to take the example of what happens on the road, we need to do better. As I use the road as a road user, I find, I don't know if it is road rage, you could call it. I don't know if it is a sense of incompetence in terms of training, but I don't know why we seem to have very little regard for each other. It takes me right back to foundation, to our basic trainings, how our basic training at home, our basic training to use the road, our understanding of signs and sounds that are applied to certain kinds of vehicles, that is applied to the road. It seems as if we are completely, in some cases, completely ignorant of these matters. And as a result of that level of ignorance or arrogance, we have an atmosphere of sometimes chaos. As we continue to build, we will surely have to change that. We cannot go forward in that manner because we are not going to build strong, or else, as statistics have shown, you have quoted, we'll kill each other.
From the set of choices, we would like to express our deepest condolences to the family, well, the families of those who lost a relative, the communities who lost a neighbor, a brother, a friend. We all feel a sense of weakness, a sense of loss as a result of what took place, recent loss of life in our streets. And so there is an appeal from the set that we respect each other, and more so we respect the role of our security emergency forces in our country. This is a plea that we, together, that we respect the role that others have to play. And I can hear people saying, but if people are on a frolic of their own, what should you do? Well, respect. As a road user, let us respect songs and I like what you said, sights and songs. And we all over. I could share an experience I had this morning, but I always operate deep in my mind, in my psyche. My mindset is programmed to respond defensively whenever I see or I hear. That is my program, my mindset, and I really want to encourage us using the road. Let us do that. By the same token, I was heartened. It was tragic, but it's amazing how we now live in an increasing surveilled society, surveillance all over. You have these cameras on the streets, and then you have cameras and people protecting their property, and so you have varying views of what's happening. And the picture of that hard-working miner, Mrs. Stoll, who lost his life tragically, should not have happened. The young man in all of his strength. But what I like about him, the picture, is the fact that he didn't cooperate with evil. He felt violated, as one should feel violated if you have your own, you work hard, and people come to take it from you. And even though he was mortally wounded, he stood up, and he resisted evil. All of us must resist evil. Resist evil. And he resisted evil in the strongest possible way. My own disappointment about that whole scene is that he didn't live, but we can celebrate his final act of bracing himself and fighting evil. And perhaps that is a little picture of the Guyanese spirit. We must never cooperate with evil. We must resist it. We must fight it, even if it's in our last breath. So these are some of our musings today as we do this recording. Our hearts are heavy, and we're thinking about building strong. We need each other. It's a good opportunity today to tell your neighbor, we need you. You tell your neighbor, your colleague, we need each other.
Bishop, just want to go back a bit on not cooperating with evil. We mentioned two critical attributes of the watchman: ability to hear and to see. And sometimes you're traveling on the road and you hear siren and you see the flashes from the police vehicle or an ambulance. It should tell one that, in the case of the police vehicle, that is the symbol of authority indicating to you that you should do at least one thing. Look and pull to the near side or the left side of the road and allow that vehicle to pass. In the case of an ambulance, it is signaling to you that somebody inside or persons inside that vehicle need some help in order to survive. But oftentimes we find that, I don't know whether people hear or they see, but given the defiance of the action, seem to suggest to me that people simply want to disobey instructions or symbols of authority that we have in society here. So as we build strong, we must, like the watchman, we must be able to see, we must be able to hear and communicate to each other within our space the importance of life, the value of life. We live in our society is small. We don't have 1 million people, and to lose, 5 persons at one go, it might sound insignificant, but when you go through the list, we had policemen who died. We had a young serving soldier, full of life, energy, and strength, and with a lot of promise, losing your life. We can ill afford at this time of our development to lose people.
Dr. Lee, years ago, when we hear that siren, cars used to go into the corner and stop and allow the vehicle to pass. But now they have a word that our people don't regard now is discipline. They don't like that word now, discipline. And so they do anything, and we must have accident because you gotta be concerned for person's life. You can't just hear a siren coming, and then you will stay right in the middle of the road, expecting another man to move away from your vehicle. The next thing you know, you end up in a canal or something.
Well, that happened to me this morning. I heard the siren. I heard it. And I was looking, rear view. You check rear view, side windows, and I didn't see anything. And so I assumed I was behind a sand truck. I should have taken the number of that sand truck. The sand truck remained in the middle of the road. And this police vehicle, siren blaring, lights flashing, meandered through the traffic like that. And the truck had enough space to the left to just pull. But there's an arrogance. And some people, the ordinary people, I think they have listened and they've seen people who we call big in society disrespect authority. And they believe,
Triple down now.
yeah, they believe they have a right. How else could I explain this? Why are people behaving this way? Those folks, they have assignments, they have duties. It's not for us to sit in our vehicles or on the road saying, ain't got nobody in the ambulance. You hear people saying that, ain't got nobody, the man going to buy a KFC and that kind of thing. What has got to do with me? What has got to do with you? We have to obey. Let us live life. We're building again, respect authority, respect those symbols, or else we begin to second guess everything. Once you start second guessing everything, you are presiding over disaster.
You know, as a watchman,
we believe that the highest form of discipline is self-discipline. The highest form of government is self-government. And so we have that responsibility and duty to ensure that we first respect ourselves and respect others. Let us do the right thing, notwithstanding what we might see in society and so-called people who are in authority might be misbehaving and so on. But we have that responsibility when we respect ourselves, when we do the right thing. I believe that in itself will send a strong message that there are people who are serious about life and serious about respecting themselves and respecting others. And that in itself can be a motivation to others and an example to especially the younger generation.
You know
It's a
something that I
principle
saw
we know.
in Wolford Avenue? There's a pavement now on the left-hand side if you're going west to allow children, North Georgetown and all the schools there. You know what I saw? In order to pass a four-wheel drive vehicle, one wheel on the pavement, driving. I mean, children are walking there, but there's huge vehicle with one wheel on the in order to pass. Can't wait. You know, we're living in a fast food age, so you know, we don't want to take our time to do things. You know, we want to click up the finger. You know, we swipe our card, we get money from the bank. We drive through some fast food, and you know, we call and we serve almost immediately. This vehicle driving there, and they got school children. They got to jump out of the way now to allow this vehicle to pass. I mean, this is a good example of what we call lawless and recklessness happening in
You know, I want to
society.
make an observation that I never saw it before, particularly in the city, for example, where we see a lot of madness in terms of how people use the roads and so on. Somebody was doing the calculation and said to me that regardless of how fast you might drive, you will never arrive in the city. You will never arrive at the point that you're going more than 1 minute
60 seconds.
in front of the person who you're trying to beat.
Correct.
And so sometimes you for 1 minute you kill people. And I've seen this thing, for example, there are men who would have they've flown past me. All right? And they're gone and they're out of your sight. And within 60 seconds, you realize that they're just in front of you, right on their tail again. And so it's madness. So people are, I don't know if the calculation, if they're really thinking, because the thing, like you said, it's a haste. But it is a haste to go no place, because eventually you will still arrive where you're going. And it's better you arrive rather than arrive there on time.
And Dr. I can back you up on that. It's not just the city. Every morning I have to drive from the East Bank. And I can tell you, sometimes I see persons doing some impossible maneuvers. I guess it's possible because they pulled it off there, but it's risky maneuvers. They're bobbing and they're weaving through traffic. And I drive from about Providence every day into town. And the funny thing is that, you know, they might have done something really risky. When I'm passing by Banks DH, there we are, all together again. I know, I wish to urge those drivers who have the habit of changing lane, bobbing and weaving. Even to the Tamari Airport sometimes, the Chedijagan International Airport, some people fly past you, a whole line of traffic, let's say by Land of Canaan. You know, when you reach the airport, they're just about to unload their bags. And I'm sure they didn't stop. The thing is, I urge you, those of you who like to bob and weave, do me a favor. Take note of a few of the car number plates around you, if you don't believe me. And then check and see if you don't see those same cars next to you when you get into town. Trust me, you will see them right next to you.
One of the things that I think we can do to change that and to alleviate that kind of problem is look at how we manage our time. Because, for example, you cannot want to go to work for 8 o'clock, and let's say you live half an hour away from your workplace, leave 5 to 8 or 10 to 8. You know, we must be able to manage our time well so that we don't have to be speeding on the road and, you know, your blood pressure elevating. what happened to you, man? Like, you buy a book. And, you know, those kinds of comments you hear people say on the roadway. So I believe if we manage our time a little better, we'll be able probably to leave a little earlier. We don't have to go through that kind of pace, and we'll be there in time.
I love this program, Bishop. I really love this program. Right? Because what it does, it reminds us of our responsibility as watchmen. And some folks who are watching this program will say, what they're dealing with. We have just taken the time to observe some of the things that are happening in our community that should not really occur. And in many cases, they are life-threatening. I love the point of the lanes, because while we spoke about songs and signs, I'm not sure some of us as road users understand the purpose and the use of lanes. So we feel that the entire road belongs to us. And so we can do anything we feel like doing on the entire road. So you flip from lane to lane, you drive in the center of the road. It's amazing the kinds of culture we want to cultivate. And we're saying, no, as we build strong, we just cannot allow that to continue.
I have persons who leave home 8 o'clock to reach to the office at 8 minutes.
Well, the office is next door.
Building strong, we got to look at the pros and cons, gentlemen. And it has been really sad over the last couple of days. Up to yesterday, I was looking at the accident, and I was in tears. And this thing has caused so many people heartaches. Mr. Stoll, the 4 fishermen that were bound with their hands and tied to their feet and thrown overboard. But the Bible asks the question, what is life? And it gives the answer, and it says, it's a vapor that appears for a while and then vanishes away. None of these people, the 5 in the accident, Mr. Stoll and the 4, I guess they not had a chance to say, oh God, have mercy on me today. So the question I want to ask you, are you prepared to meet your Maker? Are you ready at any time that life has been sniffed out of you? You know where you're going? Don't wait for the special time. Prepare your heart, prepare your life. Accept Jesus in your life today, that should you go at a moment, you know where you're going. Our condolences to all these families. And we pray the God of yesterday, today, and forever will give you the strength and the comfort to move on. But you that are looking at us, prepare your life to meet your
I think that
Maker.
the ability, the ability for us, I know you mentioned the management of time, but I think also the ability to think critically, I think that is so important. Because some people apparently, but in order for you to think critically, you have to have capacity to run. But some people apparently, I'm saying that deliberately. I'm saying that deliberately because when you look at the behavior of some of those people, and even if you check, probably, I know we talk about checking the books to see if people actually graduated from anywhere before they learned to drive, but I've seen many cases where people pulled alongside people because they did foolishness and point to their head, meaning that apparently you have no brain. I would not like anybody to do that to me. To pull alongside me and say, sir, you don't have any brain, that's why you're behaving the way you're behaving. But we have to start thinking critically also, and we have to be able to count the cost. Count the cost of the vehicle that is smashed up, the cost of life and so on. But you have to have that ability, and therefore we need to spend a lot of time, I think. I know we've been doing it to teach and to train and to continue to impress upon people how they are to conduct themselves for the benefit of people.
Butch, we were focused on the roadway, but you took us to the waterway, and equal, the tragedy is compounded. Everything that we said at the beginning, that's another illustration of losing lives that we can ill afford to lose. So we talk about building strong. You can't build strong with greed. What would these men hazard, fishermen hazard their life to go there and catch fish. when I used to buy fish, go to the market, I never haggled with the fisherman selling fish out to his boat by the wharf. Never haggle. If he say this is $500, $500, because he literally has to fight the demon outside there in those waves. I don't know. And those people are able to go and do that and come back to feed us. To have your loved ones being treated like guana and then you brutally losing their lives. So those families, we don't have words to describe the pain that we feel as a result of your loss. But we cannot, as we build, we cannot, and all these things happen that one little frame like that. You could hardly recover. We cannot build, gentlemen, and wherever you are. That's why we have to be watchmen. We have to be able to identify, to be able to say that person is involved in evil, and that must concern us. We must never cooperate with evil. Never cooperate with evil. And help us so that we can build strong. Wherever you are.
I certainly agree. Let me give a quick example. You at a traffic light. It's still red, and somebody is blowing behind you to move off. I mean, that's craziness. So, like you said, Dr. Hudson, some way we need to tell people, think, consider what are some of the consequences if we support or if we uphold recklessness.
Sometimes I feel that some people believe we've moved into this fast lane, so we begin to treat life as though it is disposable. We live in a disposable society. You drink from a cup, you throw it away. You eat from a plate, you throw it away. There was a time when you couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. So you have to wash your wares. And now everything is disposable. Life is not. Every day we must be conscious. Yes, you can buy a door, a window, or whatever. We can't go and buy life. Let us be careful how we treat with our human life. On this note, say a prayer for those people, those Guyanese who have lost tragically their loved ones at sea and in road accidents and in brutal murders. May God help us. It's choices. We'll see you next week.
We thank you for joining us on Choices today. Remember, you can join us at First Assembly, LNP Durban Street, Workmanville, Georgetown, Guyana, for any of our special services. I'm Celacia on behalf of the set, reminding you that your whole life is the sum of your choices. God bless you.